But given the choice, you'd rather talk about South American politics, I know that, but isn't one of the penalties you pay for being an exceptionally attractive lady that you're always steered into other subjects?
Yes, it is, I think, and the fact that I was married to somebody who was in the rock and roll world, and so all of that, you have to pay the price, you know. But it's all right, you know, I mean, whatever the price is, I think I'm able to speak up for Central America, and I feel that I can do issues that I care, such as AIDS, and, you know, and if notoriety or fame help me do these causes, then it's okay.
That's true, because I suppose you could argue that if you were just anybody, your voice wouldn't be heard, no matter how serious a point you were making. George, is that the same for you? I mean, are there things that... I mean, you dress up, you've got this lovely image that is... I mean, everybody loves, but is there really something really serious going on in there that you would like to say that you're never given the chance to?
Well, I think I'm pretty honest. I don't think I have any problems with getting myself across. I say what I think.
Yes, you certainly do.
But I think the problem is that when you dress up... I mean, I'm always being asked, like, do you think the way you look detracts from your music? And, you know, I just say I don't care, because, you know, I did it for purely personal reasons. You know, I mean...
It's part of your music,
yeah, no, it's not really. I mean, you know, I get up in the morning and I don't like the way I look, so I change my face. You know, I was never happy with the way I was born. I hated my face, so I did something about it.
But couldn't you argue that any musician throughout time, I mean, you look at, you go back to the Beatles, since it's 20 years ago today, I mean, they dressed in a certain way that we all copied, so their dress, their look was part of their music, was part of what we were experiencing.
Well, I think all the best people...
Mick Jagger, very much so the same. You're the same, surely.
Yeah, I think all the best people in music have had something else than rather their music, you know, like Mark Bolan. I mean, I was a very big fan of Mark Bolan when I was a teenager. You know, and I was,
how they dressed.
And I always went for people that were exciting, because I want to be entertained. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. You know, I don't consider myself to be a rock star. You know, I get excited about Madonna. You know, I think she's great. Yeah, I think anyone who makes an effort is worth looking at. You know, and I think it comes across. You know.
Certainly, when you do go to rock concerts and you actually see that the performer there is giving 100%, you know why they got there, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's important to entertain people on every level. You know. So those criticisms really don't matter. You know, it doesn't really bother me, you know.
Sorry.
I was going to say, when you get home in the evening and you turn on the telly, what's your favourite entertainment?
I've been watching the election stuff.
Yes.
You know, because you can't really avoid it, can you?
No, not really.
And I really sort of don't trust any of them. I mean, you know.
Will you vote?
I usually vote ecology.
Oh yes. Well, the Green Party is actually making quite a sort of way ahead.
People will always say to me, it's really stupid voting ecology because they won't get in. But I mean, let's face it, I mean, whoever you vote for, it's usually not the person that gets in.
Every party has to start somewhere with just 1 or 2 votes, I suppose,
exactly.
and then build. You won't be voting in this country, will you, Bianca?
No, I will not. No. Even though I have a British passport. I'm a British citizen, yeah.
Do you have a vote here, then?
I think I do.
Oh, you ought to check.
You know, I am Nicaraguan and British both.
Gosh.
You might be hijacked outside the studios now,
well,
dragged off to a voting booth somewhere.
Yes. I should vote, actually.
Well,
I'm not going to tell you for who.
I was going to say, do you believe that people should vote
Absolutely.
one way or the other, at least to have their say?
Yes, look what happened in America. I mean, very few people in the Western world vote, you know, and so in the end, you know, it's a very small minority who decides what kind of government they're going to have. And I think that's wrong.
People are frightened of telling you who they're voting for as well.
They are,
because my mum works in an old people's home and none of them will say. Like, she says, who are you voting for? They say, shut up, don't tell anyone. You know, they're so paranoid. I think there's a lot of closet Tories in this country.
There's a lot of closet everything, I think.
No, I think there's a lot of closet, because people are frightened of voting Tory.
I wasn't looking at you.
I'm just wondering, could there ever be a sequence of events which could lead to either of you going into politics directly and standing for election under any circumstances?
The loony party, yeah.
Well, I don't rule it out, you know. Yeah. If one day I want to go back to live in Nicaragua, maybe I would like to be involved in politics.
I can see that you would, yes.
You know?
Not me.
The Screaming Lord Sutch hasn't got you into his monster raving loony party yet.
No, but he gave me a great badge with Vote Lord Sutch, which I wear quite a lot.
He isn't even standing this time.
No.
He didn't get his act together in time or something. We'll talk again in a few minutes. Jimmy Greaves will be joining us any minute now. Right now, we'll take a break.